a spark of light in my heart. Deep within me, there is a yearning that I cannot really describe. I do not even know what it is that I am yearning for. I only know that even if my wishes and expectations of life would find its fulfillment, this yearning would still be there. It is always radiating in me, like my deepest inner truth, a spark of light. When I get busy with my life and everything that is going on around me, I forget about it, but only for a while. When I pause for a moment, this spark of light is right there, always. It is an unceasing inner yearning, almost as if it is calling me. And strangely, while it unsettles me in my life, at the same time, it feels like a deep inner peace, like my true being. It is right there, and yet still unfathomable.
The 8 Ways of Seeking. A troubadour in the Middle Ages was well known for his poems and songs about the search for truth. He was asked by his lady queen if he could tell her more about this, and he answered, "There are 7 ways of seeking, and I tried them all. There is seeking out of fear. It gave me escape routes when I couldn't keep going. There is seeking out of greed. It gave me the multiplicity of life. There is seeking with one's body. It gave me gratification. There is seeking with one's thoughts. It gave me insights. There is seeking with one's feelings. It gave me intensity. There is seeking with alternative ideas. They gave me flexibility. There is seeking with one's spiritual desire. It gave me contact with my soul. There is, however, an 8th way in which they all merge. That is seeking with everything you have and are. A total and unreserved quest, which will always be answered by the divine guide in me.
Seek the light. Is it not light you seek, O pilgrim? How long will you stay in confusing darkness? Light can only be received by going out to seek it and giving yourself to it.
I am so small. How can such great love be inside me? But then my soul's voice gently chides me. You are part of me, and therefore of all. The only silence we know as ordinary earthly human beings is when sound ceases. But that is not the silence in a spiritual sense. Spiritual silence is something completely different. Just as there is familiar love of this world and universal, all-encompassing love. You cannot just tell yourself, "Now, let's be quiet for a while." You cannot force such a silence. It can't even really be described, only experienced. Becoming still in yourself is only a first step, like going through a small gate to arrive in a huge, large, vibrating expanse, the timeless space of being. The quieter your ego becomes, the more alive your soul will be within you.
You are a lamp. Look at a kerosene lantern with soddy glass. Its flame is not as bright, as powerful, as soothing as when the glass was clear and transparent. It must be cleaned. We are like such a lantern. Can the spark of light in our heart shine through us, through our entire being? How soddy is your glass? What your thoughts, your feelings, and your deeds, that they are free from darkness, that you may be transparent, pure and radiant, so that the divine light hidden in your heart will chase the darkness far away. For when the light comes, the darkness ceases to exist.
From the Admonition of the Soul, a Hermetic text. Abandon not, O soul, your essential nature, which is simple, true, and of high dignity. And here below, O soul, is the physical world, the abode of unsatisfied desire, fear, degradation, and sadness. There above is the world of the spirit, the abode of satisfaction, freedom from fear, high dignity, and joy. You have seen both worlds and had experience of both. Now make your choice between them in accordance with your experience. You can dwell in which of them you will. You will not be repelled or rejected from either. But it is impossible for a man to be at the same time vexed with unsatisfied want and fully satisfied, tormented by fear and free from fear, exalted and degraded, joyful and sorrowful. And therefore, it is impossible for a man to combine love for this world with love for the other world. It cannot possibly be done. You have grown forth, O soul, from a certain tree trunk, and of that tree you are a branch. However far the branch may go forth from its trunk, there is still connection and contact between trunk and branch, whereby every branch seeks nourishment from its trunk. If anything were interposed between the trunk and the branch, it would cut off from the branch its supply of nourishment, and so the branch would wither and die. Meditate on this, O soul, and be assured you are destined to return to your Creator, who is the trunk out of which you have grown. For that reason, rid yourself of the degradations and burdens of the physical world, by which you are hindered from returning to your own world above and to the trunk out of which you have grown. You are in the world of things that come and go, and yet you seek to be at rest. But how can anything be at rest in the world of things that come and go? A boat, as long as it floats on the water, cannot be still or at rest. Or if at any moment it is still, it is so only by chance. And soon the water begins again to shake and toss the things which float upon its surface. Then only is the boat at rest when it is taken out of the water and drawn up on the land, which is the place of the boat's origin. Then, but not till then, is the boat truly at rest. And even so the soul, as long as it is involved in the processes of the physical world, it cannot be still, nor be at rest, nor get any respite. But if it returns to its source and root, then it is still and is at rest.
The little prince said, "What beautifies the desert is that it hides a spring somewhere." There is a hidden spring in every human being. In general, it is covered up by the residues and debris of ordinary life. It needs to be uncovered so that it can flow abundantly again. When this inner source is uncovered, then, on one hand, our earthly existence continues, but on the other hand, a new life nourished by this secret source will develop. It is a spiritual life that arises above earthly limitations. When we as personality are separated from our spiritual core, we and our life resemble an empty, dry, barren desert. But as soon as the spiritual principle awakens in our heart, the source of life, then its purifying, life-giving water flows through our entire being and gives our life a higher meaning. And so, the mysterious phrase of the little prince becomes a much deeper meaning for us. What beautifies the desert is that it hides the well of living water somewhere.
In the sands of the inner desert path, in search of my true self, in silence and solitude, I dive into my unknown depths. Little by little, illusions and attachments are left behind. Free of that which is myself, slowly reveals the brilliance of the divine spark in my heart. Between being and non-being, I follow my journey, unveiling the hidden truth, awakening to eternity, and following towards the meeting with the fullness of the Spirit that awaits me inside of me.
Words from Lao Tzu. Where is Tao? Look for Tao, and you do not see it. It is colorless. Listen to Tao, and you do not hear it. It is soundless. Reach for Tao, and you cannot touch it. It is immaterial. Words are lacking to define it. Could Tao be spoken, it would not be Tao. You approach Tao, and you do not see its beginning. You follow it, and you do not see its end. He who knows the beginning of the original in his heart has the thread of Tao